Hello, Kirby World, and welcome back to another edition of Recruiting with Randy. What I'd like to discuss today is the challenges of what the job market brings to you today as a recruiter. Recruiting people today can be a little tricky, even challenging. And by that I mean people have a chance to interview you before you even get a chance to meet them in person. They can Google your address, they can Google your company name, your website if you have one, they can Google your social media presence. So there's a lot of things that go on that cause them maybe to stop them from coming in before they actually meet you in person. And it's just kind of like there's an old expression, to catch a fish, you have to think like a fish. And by that I mean everything we do in Kirby is scripted, especially in recruiting. If I kind of know what a recruit's looking for before they come in, if I can address them in my ad call script, in my interview, I can kind of check those boxes for them, and they're going to be able to make a more informed decision on whether or not if they want to pursue the opportunity we're providing for them. Because I know we interview basically what I call the three uns, people that are unemployed, unhappy, and underemployed. If they're unemployed through no fault of their own. They are very good at what they did, but the company they were working for decided that maybe they couldn't afford to pay them, sales were down, revenues were down, they had to make some cutbacks, so those people got let go. That's not their fault, it's just the way things work. You interview a lot of people that are basically unhappy, which means they currently have a job, they're working, but they're just not happy what they're doing. They're looking for something more rewarding, something more fulfilling, maybe a better opportunity for themselves and their family. And then we interview people that are underemployed, again, which means they're currently working, but they don't make enough money to cover their outstanding bills, obligations, their home, anything that they have right now that's financial responsibilities to them. So they're looking to supplement that, but side hustles like DoorDash and Uber Eats or whatever just don't do it for them. So they're looking for a better opportunity to provide for themselves and their family. So when you're interviewing and recruiting people, however they contacted you or you contacted them, you have to understand it's like a demo when you're interviewing someone. And by that I mean, if I know what objections exist before I start my demo, then it makes sense that I construct a demo to eliminate the objections as they come up during the presentation or during the close. The same thing for an interview. When someone's contacting you or you're contacting them, before you meet them, they basically have 5 questions. Those questions are simple. Who are you guys? What do you do? What would I do if I work there? How much money can I make and when would I start? So your ad call script, if you're doing it properly, all right, and this is why everything in Kirby is scripted. If you're doing it properly, address all those. And we have a script we recommend. It's just called the Magic Script. It's in our recruiting workbook. You can download that from Disnet. You might have one that's approved by your DS or your FD. But whatever it is, you have to understand that those objections exist when you're talking to that potential candidate. So when you're talking to them, if you can address those questions, who you are, what we do, what would they do if they started to work with your company, how much money they can make, and when they would start. So if you check those boxes, you're going to basically eliminate those objections that will get them to come into the interview. See, the ad call script, which is just part of the interview process, is designed to put them in front of you. The interview then will go into detail of all the opportunities that you're going to be able to provide for them. So don't try to recruit over the phone. Too many recruiters make that mistake. They try to recruit over the phone, they give too much information, they don't follow the basically, I'm going to say, scripts that we provide, and they oversell. And by overselling, then they're not giving themselves a chance to put people in front of them. So if you stick to the scripts that we provide, you understand those boxes that you're checking in their mind, you'll get more people in front of you, more potential candidates in front of you that you're going to be able to interview. Then the interview itself, which is something we'll talk about later, is basically going to give you the chance to sell the opportunity that Kirby provides for that potential candidate. Because when they come in now for the interview, the actual interview, they have 5 different questions. The first one they ask is, are you going to train me? Because I really don't have a skill set to maybe do what you're asking me to do, but I am coachable, I am willing to learn. The second question they ask is they look around at the environment and they think, is this a place I want to work? Is this a place I'd like to come to work every day? Does it provide, for me, I think, the culture and the vibe that I'm looking for? The next question they look for is really what they've already asked. How much money will they make, or how much money can they make? The fourth question is, all right, can they get promoted? Is there opportunity to move up? And the last question they normally ask in an interview is, what are the hours? And that can be explained differently, by different organizations, whether you're running appointments or you're on a team program, but that needs to be transparent. So I want you to think about the people that you're interviewing when they're coming in, and they're contacting you because of the ad they read, the guarantee that you're running, all right, and they're looking for something better or something more. I'm just going to provide a better opportunity for themselves and their families. So make sure when you're interviewing those people, you think like what they're thinking, kind of address the issues they already have built in their mind, help them check those boxes, and you'll be a much more effective recruiter, and you'll get more candidates sitting in front of you that's going to give you a chance to grow the dealer power and grow your organization to the levels you'd like it to be. So until the next time, stay positive, and we look forward to talking to you soon in the future.